It was the 1990s, a big show in a small town off I-75 in Georgia. They were called the biggest cocks in the henhouse. But things have changed since then. It's been 30 years, and they finally found a home here, like everyone else, doing a podcast. It's Erica and Mark, the phone call podcast thing.
Hello, COVID Central. Who's this?
I was going to say, you sound a little under the weather.
Is this the CDC? Are you checking up on me because I didn't get my shots?
Didn't you get your booster that's on top of the booster that's on top of the booster yet?
Fuck no, man. What are you, this? Seriously, you going to enact your Jim Crow level laws on me now? I can't keep a job if I don't get shots?
I about cried in the Walmart parking lot when I had to get my 2 shots in order to come back to work, thanks to my
Why did you cry?
former employer.
Why did you cry?
Because I didn't want to get it.
Oh, okay.
I never stick anything in my arm. Never. Even in my drug days, I didn't stick anything in my arm.
I know,
Period.
man. I would never do heroin. And it's not because I don't want to do
No.
heroin. I just don't.
I don't do heroin.
No.
I don't do shingle shots. I don't do flu shots, and I don't do COVID shots.
Yeah.
And I don't do any shots.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. That's not the truth.
Jaeger shots.
I will do a tetanus shot.
Oh yeah, only
And
when
I
the
used to do
doctor
Jaeger shots.
tells you. Yeah, we've all done Jaeger shots with you. It's fun. It's really fun. So I've been told.
So what are you doing getting sick again?
I don't know. I'm on the downside of it now. I'm starting to feel better, but yeah, it's just COVID has turned into kind of a cold, you know.
Yeah, it's just fortunately, at least it's not as bad as it was, but it seemed that, like, you fairly healthy though. You don't have a lot of respiratory issues, and you don't have diabetes and all this stuff.
I actually went to the doctor for my yearly checkup last week, and she's looking at me. She's like, "You're how old?" And I told her, and she said, "And you're not on any prescription medication?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "You're doing really well." And then she looked at my blood work numbers, and she said, "Your vitamin D level is about nothing." I'm like, "Oh, well, I guess I'm working out of the house too much." I stay in the house for like 2 days or 3 days sometimes. I need to go the fuck outside. I got to buy a bicycle or something.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah. The sun's fun.
But I'm just so busy, though. I'm so busy. I have these 3 TV stations I got to deal with, and I'm busy from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5, 6, 7 o'clock sometimes. I just
So you don't smoke or anything. Like, if you ever a smoker, you could just walk outside and catch a smoke.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's get lung cancer, but my vitamin D levels will be off the charts.
I starting to sound like a real doctor now.
That's a great
give
plan.
you something else to take care of.
Like a 50s doctor. I recommend Pall Malls. My doctor recommends Camels. Do I sound sick?
9 out of 10 doctors recommend Lucky Strike.
Right.
For their patients that choose cigarettes.
I don't still sound sick, do I? Do I sound a little stuffed up?
You sound a little stuffy, yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Just a little bit. It's not.
It's always real fun when my voice gets really deep when I'm sick. That's probably why I stay home more when I'm sick. I just don't want to infect others. I also didn't really know that I had it until, like, I don't know, like 2 days ago. I was like, okay, I feel like shit. I admit it. And I'm like, I bet I have COVID. So, yeah.
I thought by now I would have had it or something, because every once in a while, especially when I come home from a vacation and I'm worn out, that I get feeling a little under the weather and I don't feel very well. And I had the blood test done, and I don't have any antibodies of COVID, including the one they gave me. Including, I don't even have those antibodies.
So you're the guy who would, like, survive at the end of the Stephen King movie, The Stand.
Yeah, either that or I'm the guy that they gave sugar pills to.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Every once in a while, we're out of COVID shots. Just give him Celine.
It's fine. It's Mark. Just stamp his card. It's fine. He's not going to get it. You're on a list somewhere. The federal government knows about you.
Oh, I know one thing though. It's gonna be when I go, it's gonna be a big one, because I don't get very rarely get sick and not a lot of issues with my health. So when it's time, they're all gonna get me at once.
Now, speaking of to go, have you seen the latest in euthanasia for human adults?
No. Are they bringing that back out again?
It's getting popular again. It's getting popular in Canada. It's also getting popular in Europe again. So they have these pods. Let me see if I can find the euthanasia pods story. So I guess you can go to Europe, or where the hell is it? Here it is. And as maker of Suicide Pod plans to launch in Switzerland. This is from 2021. And I think that they are actually doing it now. They're actually using these suicide pods. And so like, say that you're an elderly couple and, one's getting dementia and the other one has really bad health problems. Well,
Right.
you can decide to get in this like double pod if you want to. And you kind of go to sleep together.
Can they decide for you?
No,
Canada?
you get to decide.
So they're not up to that part where they're telling you you're going to get it done.
No. It's nothing like the fear-mongering Republicans are saying. You get to decide. It's
I
not
don't trust Canada.
It's not what they're right. They're quiet. They're also friendly. Like, hey, buddy. Meantime, these are the guys 100 years ago in World War I. You know what they were doing? They were laying out food for the Germans, and they were waiting for the Germans to go get the food in these trenches, and they were just whipping grenades where all the food was to kill all the Germans. That's what the Canadians are. They're sneaky bastards. And they get the job done.
That guy Trudeau, he just seems like he's just like a little. He looks like he looks like a trust fund kid.
What does that mean?
He's one of those trust fund kids. You never seen a trust fund kid?
Well,
he's the guy with the odd tennis shirt with the collar popped.
I don't know him that well, so no.
Trust kids.
Oh. Hold on.
A lot of money. They went to school, but they never really learned anything.
So he's the kid who has a degree in like art history, or journalism.
And somehow he parlayed he ended up parlaying into a career. And he's also like a cockroach. If you ever noticed, like the entire parliament would be mad at him.
Yeah.
And somehow he never gets canceled.
No one cares. Good for him. Hey, speaking of sneaky, you want to talk about sneaky? All right, Canada might be sneaky, but you know who's the sneakiest? My favorite news story of the year, possibly the decade so far, is all of the exploding pagers and walkie-talkies in Lebanon against Hezbollah. Do you not see the news?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I did hear about that yesterday.
Diabolical. Do not ever fuck with the Mossad, because they're up here. Everybody else is way down there. The Mossad is using space lasers and sharks with laser beams on their foreheads, while Mossad is throwing rocks. I mean, they're on a whole different level.
What happened? So didn't Hezbollah? Didn't they were the ones using the archaic pagers and stuff, trying to be sneaky, right? But there was bombs in them, right?
They weren't trying to be sneaky. Well, they were trying to be sneaky, but they had to be sneaky because the Israelis had all their phones tapped. You can't have a cell phone and not have your phone tapped, so they can't use phones.
Right. Mine's
landlines.
Tapped too.
Yeah, I'm sure mine's tapped right now. Google's listening to me right now. You want to have a little experiment? Let's talk about like high speed internet or something for 10 minutes, and then you're going to see your ads change in your Facebook. That's true. That's how it works. So these Hezbollah guys, they realize they can't use cell phones, so they're using pagers. Like, did you ever watch The Wire on HBO 20 years ago?
I remember hearing about it, but I don't know if I've ever seen it.
It was so good. It's kind of the same concept as The Wire. All these drug dealers are using payphones back in the late 90s, early 2000s to conduct business, and the police figure it out, and they start tapping the payphones, get on the wire. And the drug dealers, of course, immediately figure this out, so they start using pagers, and they create their own language in the pagers. Now they're not on the phone anymore, but everybody's got pagers, and the pager will say something like, 868-1400, which is code for, 868 would be an address of a place that they all knew. So I need to meet, whoever got paged needs to be at this 868 address at 2:00 in the afternoon, 1400 hours.
Oh, wow.
So that's what they were doing. So I think that's kind of what the Hezbollah guys were doing, was they had this whole secret language with their pagers. And of course the Israelis know about it. And the Mossad is like, what we will do is we will get a company that makes pagers, and we will make walkie-talkies, and we will sell them at great discount. Like my brother-in-law, get me great discount. which is, I think, is what happened. And now all these pagers are exploding. And the funniest part is these guys are they're either arrogant or stupid or both. But it started on Tuesday, maybe it was Monday. And a bunch of people get killed and maimed by these exploding pagers. And they're at a funeral on Tuesday. More pagers and walkie-talkies are now blowing up. These people still haven't gotten rid of all their electronic devices. They're still killing people. But
It was just them. It was just those pagers.
yes, it's just
Every
amazing.
pager needs to be in the river at this point.
Oh my God. When I saw that story, I literally jumped out of my chair and I was like, that's diabolical. Oh my God. This might be the greatest thing why did we not think of that? How did I not think of that? I was literally, I'm still excited just talking about it because it's so freaking brilliant.
Yeah, all we do is send drones. That's
Yeah,
a lot. That's a lot more.
drones.
That's really
Fucking Ukrainians. They're using drones. These Hezbollah guys are getting killed by Mossad who are clearly using, time machines or something. They got ideas from way in the future. Oh,
no. Yeah, I heard
funny.
of it, but I want to hear the little bits that the news will let you hear. So I didn't hear the whole story.
Oh, I have gone down the rabbit hole on the YouTube stories about how this really works. And I'm going to have to watch the Steven Spielberg classic movie Munich in support of the Mossad. Did you ever see Munich? No?
No.
You did. Why would you have seen a movie that wasn't like Star Wars?
Well, I don't. Oh, because I don't like Star Wars. or
I
any of that
know.
stuff.
I don't know what you do all day. So, okay. So, you know who Steven Spielberg is.
Yes, I do.
Greatest director of our lifetime, probably, right?
Yeah, I would say.
So he does a whole movie about, remember, see, you're old enough to remember this. I was a little kid when this happened, so I don't really
Okay.
remember it. Remember in the Olympics in 1972 when the terrorists killed a bunch of the athletes? They kidnapped them and
Oh,
killed
yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
that's what the movie is about. That's how it starts. And then the movie is Eric Bana, or Bana, however you pronounce his name. He is one of the guys who works for Mossad, and he puts a team together, works with, the prime minister of Israel to put this Mossad team together to go after every last one of these motherfuckers who got away with killing all these athletes at the Olympics.
Right.
So the whole movie is based on a true story. And I don't know how these Mossad guys do it, but they hunt each and every one of these guys down and they kill every fucking one of them. And it's amazing. You have to watch it. If you like revenge movies, there is possibly no better revenge movie than the Steven Spielberg classic Munich. And it's Steven Spielberg. So it's a beautifully done movie. It's very well done. I own it. Is that bad? Should I not have admitted that?
Oh, not surprising.
Yeah. I'm shot out of a cannon today with my COVID medicine that I haven't taken.
All right, well, let's take a quick break, and then I got to tell you, I had a pretty eventful weekend / couple of days. Today, it actually just cleared itself out this morning.
Any of it involve a beeper? You are old.
No,
No.
but I do still have my beeper, but now it makes me feel like I need to throw it away.
Are
I
you
got
in
my
Hezbollah?
Alphanumeric and my.
You're in Hezbollah, aren't you? You son of a bitch.
No, I'm a fan. I'm all about Israel.
Yeah, well, keep that thing off of your belt because Operation D's nuts might affect you and by accident, and you don't need that.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
All right, we're back, and
I'm still looking for suicide pods because I'm that tired. I just want to lay down, man.
do you remember when a couple of podcasts ago, or maybe we just talked about it?
Phone
off
calls.
air,
This
I'm
is a
not
phone
really
call.
Sure.
This is a phone call.
Oh, that's right. The phone call. Sorry, that's right. This is not a podcast.
A couple phone calls ago. What were you talking about?
Yeah, I was telling you about the time when I thought I had a ghost in my garage when I was living in Estero.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that.
And
Yeah.
I found out that people could actually have the same code as you.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost mathematically impossible, but somehow in that small development I lived in
Right.
Three Oaks, somebody else had it. They
Somebody
were
had
going out
your
to work
your garage door opener code. Yeah.
at 4:00 in the morning every day. My garage door was opening up and scared the crap out of me. So
And
I thought
it took you how long to figure this out? Years? Was it years?
No, not
Are you
years.
sure?
No, a couple of days, and then I got to the point where I started talking about it on air because I was getting freaked out about it. And then a guy that works at one of those companies that work on them and
Yeah.
install them told me that he'd come by my house and he'd fix it.
And he did.
And
And
then
he
he
was
told me
like,
what it was, and then he just changed my code.
look here, Mark, if you change this 9 to an 8, it won't happen again. There you go.
It was so much. But I still don't believe now I almost had to. How can I word this? I almost thought that that was all a lie, and that it really did. It really was full of ghosts because for a few days now, my garage is inhabited by ghosts. Now,
What, the doors going up and down?
nope. But I'm going to send you. What I want to do is I'm going to
Maybe,
text you.
hold on, maybe you have too much shit in your garage and it's all falling down like a tower.
No,
No?
no. These are actual ghost pictures. At least I thought they were. But I'm going to for
What, do you have a camera in your garage?
yes, and that's what we're going to send you these pictures. As I'm sending the pictures to you,
You're an intriguing man,
my
Mark.
son. Well, I wanted to get a.
First of all, which garage is this? The house in New Orleans or in Lake Charles?
This is the one in New Orleans.
Okay. Where you
Okay,
live
so,
now.
yes. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get security, right, for my home,
Right.
and what I did, and I wanted. Okay, this is the sad part of the whole story.
Is this a story that you're going to eventually make me understand? You're saying like half sentences. You're talking to me
I
like my
forget-
daughter when she was 14.
Okay. First, let's start with this. My short-term memory is not always where it needs to be.
Neither is mine. No, that's
Okay, so occasionally I forget if I shut the garage or not. I have to turn around from where I am and
Yeah.
come back to look.
yeah. That's
So my son says
a problem.
you got to get a garage cam,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to worry about that anymore. You can just push the button from your phone in case you forgot.
Your OCD.
So I said okay.
This is
So
fine.
I ordered that, and then I ordered 2 outdoor cameras.
Okay.
All right. So my son comes up over the weekend and installs them. Okay. First night, I go to bed. There had to be 30 messages coming from my hardwired camera in the garage. Now, not outside.
In the
Perfectly
garage.
quiet outside. So I live in a very quiet neighborhood.
Apparently not.
But in my garage, all kinds of stuff's going on. And I don't know what it is.
You got
So-
you got a family living in your attic.
Ready?
Comes down.
Here we go. It's coming
All right.
your way.
All right. He just
Look at these
texted this to me.
pictures.
All right. What do we got here? This is from inside of your garage. Oh, there's a bug. That's a bug. It's a bug flying
Okay.
around.
Well, what do you think I thought it was?
An orb.
There you go.
Yeah, it's not. No, the orbs
I'm
are circular.
panicking.
This is kind of like like it's got wings. It's like a butterfly.
And it's 3 of
Or a
them,
moth.
and 3 pictures of that. The rest of them were all the other ones were where it had already moved off screen. So my son says, "Listen, Dad, that's just a bug, and it's whatever the night vision and all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it." Because he goes, "I'm going to send you an SD card, and overnight, and then you just stick it in the bottom of a camera, and then we can figure it out. You can look at it for yourself." So I'm not sure I want to know what it is because I don't want to find out. This morning I get up.
I have another question first before you tell me that. Why don't you shut your umbrella? On the floor of his garage, there's an open umbrella right next to the car.
Oh, that's because it rained and I had to let it dry before I put it
Oh,
on.
that's not how umbrellas work.
Yeah. So that's how it works in my house. We leave them open, and then when they're done, I undo it.
I'm sorry, I had to get that out. All right, so
So this morning I get up, right?
Yeah.
And this is what I get.
All right.
And I'm just going to send you one of them.
If there's a guy standing there, I don't want to see it. Okay, this is a video he sent
That's
me.
a video.
All
And when you
right.
start it, you can see exactly what it is.
Yeah, I see the bug flying around.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
I told you that's what it was.
I know that, but I didn't
Yeah.
know that. And you could only imagine what my mind was going through for 24 hours long before I got the video.
I got demons in my garage.
And I'm sitting there going, God, if this is really like something bad, just keep them in the garage or tell them to get out. And if they're good, I'd say to come on in the house, but they're going to scare the crap out of me. And I don't really want that either.
So
just-
you were like
just
Googling the
go.
numbers for a priest to come in and just have an exorcism in your garage. My wife's Kia is making strange noises. It's a bug, man.
And don't think I didn't think about that umbrella. Look, they're all by the umbrella. There's something wrong with that umbrella. That umbrella's haunted.
That umbrella's bugging the shit out of me right now. It still is.
It's put away, by the way, now.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a little better. You and Trump don't know.
If you notice in the video, there's no more umbrella on the floor.
Neither one of you. You and Trump don't know how to use umbrellas. And I don't know how this works. Let me throw it here. Somebody will get it.
But yeah, that's me.
Uh-huh.
That is me.
Yeah. How often does your wife just look at you and shake her head?
I didn't tell her about any of this stuff.
Well, I hope she doesn't listen to this phone
Well, she's
call.
hearing it now because she's supposed to be reading a book, but her bedroom is right next door to where my office, so she's hearing all this now.
There are some things that you should hide from her. This is one of them. This is definitely one of them.
I was about to tell her when I first seen it, but I said I want to spook her and or feel dumb when she tells me it's a bug too.
I don't want to make you feel dumb. I just want to tell you that
How big is that bug?
you live in freaking New Orleans.
It's like the size of a bat.
Yeah. Have you not seen giant? You live in a swamp. You live in a city that is below sea level. There's not a lot of common sense going on there.
We also live in a city that would make Haiti embarrassed about the black magic.
People have been eating cats and dogs in your city for a long time, haven't they?
Yes, that's not. Yeah,
Nobody
that's what I
talks
said.
about
I said,
that.
Oh, I just said no news here. When I was hanging around Miami, you had those people down there that were dressed all in white that were sacrificing those.
Yeah. They sacrifice people in Miami. No one cares. It's too many people.
So, all kidding, this is a serious one now. So, remember I told you my son came up to help me.
Yeah, to exercise your garage. Yeah.
So, before he gets there, he's running late. Mm-hmm. And he was just going to come up for the evening and hang out with us. And then we were going to get up in the next morning and
hold on.
Put the cameras in
this
there.
is after the hurricane came straight through there and did what? Nothing.
Oh, did we not talk about that?
No, we had the hurricane podcast's phone call was last week. Oh, so this is the week after your hurricane.
Oh,
yeah.
That's another story in itself. I've told that story so many times now. I thought it was already.
Maybe you
past
should
tense.
tell the hurricane story and then tell me your son's story.
All right. Well. Oh wait a minute! I thought we talked about this.
No.
We didn't talk about this.
No.
Oh, I must have dreamed it then because
do you have another podcast that I don't know about?
Mike's weather page
Yeah.
came to New Orleans.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
And you see where he's hunkered down in Houma, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is south and west of New Orleans, getting on the coast.
Right.
Next to that, 20, 30, 40 miles away or more, is Morgan City. And Morgan City is where a lot of the plants are for making and where they get all the the oil out of the out of the Gulf, and
they can pollute the shit out of Morgan City and no one cares. Yes.
So everybody else is at Morgan City just about because that's where the weather channel is telling us, and everybody in the weather place is telling us that's where it's going.
Right. Mike
parks himself at Houma because he's seen, like we've seen before in ourselves being in radio. We're watching the radar and stuff and watching the thing look. He said, no, it's not going to go that way. It's
going to go this way. Yeah.
Like, remember when Charlie, Tampa, and it was making a right turn right towards Sanibel.
Right. It came right into Sanibel and the Peace River.
So same thing here. So Mike's there and he's right there in the heart of it all. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're still showing this line from Morgan City straight up through Independence, which Independence is about. It's north and east of Baton Rouge.
I know very little of the geography of that area.
Okay, well, Baton Rouge is north and a little bit west of New Orleans, but it's an hour drive from Baton Rouge to New Orleans.
That's where everybody moved to after New Orleans got destroyed by the Katrina 20 years ago.
So Independence is a small town up that way. And it's going to go right through Independence, and we're not even in the bubble in Covington. We're not even in the bubble. We're just outside, but we're not even in. St. Tammany Parish is not considered.
Well, as you know, the bubble doesn't mean shit, and you can still get destroyed by a hurricane, even if you're not in that little cone of uncertainty.
And that's what they wanted to tell you. But why did they not go? Why did Mike? Because he's not. Although he makes sure he says it now, but he's not NOAA certified.
No, he's not. He's a self-taught meteorologist, but he's very, very educated. Yes.
Yeah, and very accurate.
He's got a good sniffer on him. He does.
Yeah, he really does. and he's not obligated to step in toe with the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the heel, just your marching orders.
He's got millions of subscribers to his social media platforms, and people watch him. People pay attention to him, and he actually lives right here on the West Coast. He lives in the Tampa area.
Yeah, I know. It was sold that. Where? Oh no, you told me that.
Yeah.
So he was over there, and now, so what the storm does? It comes up through Oklahoma, right? And it starts, and then it starts going north, and just north of New Orleans, between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, is a place called La Place, and it went right by there, and then all of a sudden, it hangs a hard right.
What, it came it came right to your
a
house?
right turn. No, it came right to the Lake Pontchartrain, right in the middle of Lake Pontchartrain.
I know where that is.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
which is the big lake above New Orleans.
Where Slidell
It
is.
separates
Yeah.
me from New Orleans. I'm
Yeah.
on the other side of the lake. And the lake is about 35 miles
Oh,
wide.
okay. I thought you were in New Orleans. So you're like, what, west of Slidell?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're on
Yeah,
the
I'm right off
north end.
I-12.
You're on the north
Yeah, I'm
end
on
of the
the-
lake.
Yeah, what they call North Shore. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so it gets out there, and then it goes due north and goes right over my house.
So what happened to your house? Seems
By
fine.
the time it came up to us, it was just a really strong tropical storm. Heavy wind, really hard rain, branches around, and that's about it.
Power go out?
Nope, they didn't lose power or anything.
Ah,
So it's just a really good sized
Awesome.
tropical storm.
That's
But
kinda
I thought
cool.
I told you about that. But I just thought it was funny. This is the second time now where where the experts
Uh-huh.
are saying it's this, and it's really
Well,
more
Mike,
to the right or to
Mike,
the left.
Mike was saying, Mike was actually very correct on where he said it was going to go, and the TV is hyping it up like, oh, death and destruction, Category 3 storm coming, and Mike was like, yeah, it's going to be some rain. I don't see this one being devastating, because right as it's starting to get steam, it's going over land, and it's just going to lose all of its punch, and that's exactly what happened.
When the state did its report, all the different parishes down by the by the Gulf, all the ones that are down right on the Gulf, are all saying that. They were like reporting like 80 to 90% of the island had electricity, or the little towns had electricity. That's how little damage it caused.
Yeah,
but
just
it flooded like
some
crazy.
flooding. Yes, I saw some flooding on his
I know
page.
you can only imagine how much it floods in Kenner and all those places
Yeah.
because of and Metairie and all that because of it's all in a bowl. Like
It's all in a
you call it.
big fish bowl. Yeah, yeah.
We had our ditch that's in front of the house was full to the top. It was coming over, but by the end of the day, it was already emptied out.
I used to live in Venice, Florida, and we didn't have city water there or sewage, but we had ditches. And anytime that we had that kind of rain, it would be like, oh, ditches are full. That's how you knew the weather was bad.
That's how you knew you had a really good storm. Oh, the ditches are full.
Ditches are full. I've been there. Although,
but yeah, I thought I'm sorry.
All right,
that.
so
I
you
thought we
survived
talked
that,
about
and then your son comes over looking for a ghost in your garage.
Right, well, yeah, actually before that, because he was coming over to help me put the cameras up.
Okay.
To help me with my beginning of my Alzheimer's and to protect us from.
This could be the first podcast / phone call that documents a man's just kind of degradation,
degeneration,
his mental degradation from normal guy to Alzheimer's patient. And I'm just going to have to just be nice. I have a lot of experience with this with my mother. How are mom and dad? Mom and dad are fine. They're doing great.
No, you milk it for all you can.
They are doing great. They said to say hi.
Until people tell you, look, we're going to cancel you if you don't stop making fun of your friend. I'm giving you the permission.
Yeah, I had a very hard time at first learning that. I'm like, I can't lie to my mother. She'll know. She'll kill me. No, and it's like, no, you have to live in their world and just agree with them and keep them calm and happy. And my job was to make her laugh. So I would always tell her about the time she would beat me with racetracks when I was a kid with my Hot Wheels tracks. Oh, I never did that. I'm like, I probably deserved it. And she said, oh, I didn't do that. I'm like, oh, I'm still traumatized to this day. Oh, you aren't. And she hit me, and she'd be laughing, and that was my job, was to make her laugh. And if you can give her endorphins like that, that's what she needs, and she has a better time. So
same thing with my mom.
Well, that's what we're going to do to you. We're going to do the same thing to you.
Good.
We're going to talk. Remember that time when there was a ghost in your garage?
Twice.
Oh, yeah.
For easy fixes.
Yeah. I remember my son came over and chased it out. That's what you're gonna. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Your son came over and chased it out because he loves you. This is what I'm gonna do to you.
I remember these stories with my grandmother and then my mom after that.
Yeah, you're next,
it
buddy.
was the same thing. Yeah. My dad drank a lot, so he didn't have to worry about it.
No, forget everything
He was
that
perfectly
way.
fine.
Yeah,
He petrified everything.
He's been forgetting stuff for years. He's been blacking out since the 70s.
I probably should get pick drinking back up again.
No, probably don't do that though. No.
No. But anyway, so he's on his way up to help me with this thing, and he says he's running late. And he says, "Hey, something happened with the neighborhood. I'm sorry, running a little bit late, but we're on our way now." Well, what happened? Well, it's I got to show you pictures and stuff and everything. Just don't worry about it.
What the hell does that mean?
It's one of these stories we need to tell you in person, and that's the first thing I'm thinking of too. It's, oh my gosh, last time we had a problem with. I can't just tell you. I show you pictures. The homeowners association was knocking on my door because he was dressed like a bear, and he was frightening people in the neighborhood, coming out of bushes dressed like a bear.
Why is he doing that? That's how you get shot.
Because he's a middle school kid.
Oh, okay. So not now. He's not doing it now.
No,
Oh, Jesus, because he's like 30, isn't he?
Yeah, it's 33. I
Yeah,
think he is.
that's just, wow. Hey, next time you see him, just tell him I said, "You're 33, huh?" Oh, Jesus died when he was 33. What have you done with your life? Just see what he says.
Yeah, 33 is a hard age.
All right, so he's not dressing up like a bear and scaring people at 33.
No, so he gets home and he tells me. So we're sitting down and we're talking. We're at a restaurant. And he's telling a story, and he tells us about these kids that have been ding dong dashing.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
All right, and he's got a. One of those
ring
doorbells with
the
cameras. Yeah. So they're ding dong and then they're running and stuff. So
that's a pretty harmless prank. And
he was working. He works from home, so it's kind of annoying, a little bit because he's trying to work and he does sales and he's online.
Do you have a shotgun?
Well, I don't know. I don't think he did. I don't think he has ever had.
No.
I don't think he has any guns.
Oh, yeah. Same with me. You know what? I remember now, some years ago, David and I were
I don't have any guns.
David and I were out boating in the Gulf of Mexico, and there was a terrible accident, and we lost all of our guns.
Yeah, that's right. That's the
tragic.
We lost all of them.
Tragic boating accident. All of us were out
there. So he shows me this. He says his fiance is looking at the thing and seeing it's these two little boys, one little black boy and one little white boy, and they look like they're maybe 5th or 6th grade, like not even middle school.
I thought you were going to say they looked like Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney.
No,
Ebony and Ivory, ringing doorbells.
And then she lifts, opens the picture up, like pinches the picture, and then opens it up. They got guns in their hands.
Jesus.
And it's not even like orange tip guns. So
how old are these kids?
They're like elementary school. And fortunately, my son says at least he knows how to hold it, which is even scarier because he doesn't have it with his finger in the trigger.
He has to move.
It's on the outside of the guard. Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And he's knocking a door holding a gun at the door.
So he's got good trigger discipline is what you're saying.
Yes.
That's good.
So and then they take off running, but it's like so he goes, I don't really know what to do. He says, well, I'm going to have to call the police because this is going to get them killed.
Yeah.
Because someone's going to shoot through the door and kill those kids because they show up to their house with guns.
Apparently, these kids haven't seen the internet has Ring doorbells now, and they're on TV.
Yeah. So, and then not only that, so the police come and he goes, and she's like, he says, a lady cop, she's like, oh God, just like she didn't even want to be there.
Yeah.
And because he thought, you're bothering me over a ding dong. Yeah. Dash, just go handle it, whatever.
So did she change her tune when she saw
the
gun?
So and she goes, and she over there, he says, oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, which house did you say? 2 doors down. So she goes over and gets, and they bring them all in. Now, there's a black mama there for the black boy, right? And then the white dad for the white boy. They were both. I think the black boy was visiting the white kid, or they were babysitting or something. And he said you could tell the white kid was scared to death. The father was like, "Oh God," and as if maybe it might have been his guns.
Yeah, that's
or so where they get up from. And so he's having a crap.
He's gonna beat that kid's ass.
Yeah, and then the black lady, he says, is funny. He goes, boy, you know what time it is? When you get home, you're going to get it. You know.
Oh, yeah.
So the kid, they got the thing open up on a big screen, right? And they keep opening it up, showing him the gun in his hand. He goes, I didn't have no gun.
It's like,
Mama, they're making that up. What's the picture show?
Here's the picture. I got video, too. You want to see that?
Yeah, and he's like, no, that's not me.
That's not me.
Well, who is it then? And the cop's like, well, who would that be then? I don't know.
Wow.
What do you mean?
Deny till you die. That's good.
Like that kid is, I mean, that kid could be a politician. He denied it so well.
He's, that's the culture.
And it's like, man, not only he's not on telling anybody, but he'll never even tell himself.
Right. It's denial.
Yeah. But it's like,
no, that wasn't me.
That was the scariest thing, though, because I kept thinking to myself, that kid rings he didn't learn anything.
Yeah, he rings the wrong doorbell. He's going to get cut in half with somebody's 12 gauge. He won't even know. He won't even know what hit him.
No.
No. He'll be
and everyone's
going to
be mad at
the
mad or sad or whatever they're going to be because this kid was a jackass.
Excuse me.
But it's like, I hope the father went out and got himself a quick gun safe and called it a day and can't leave those guns out. Somehow they found them.
No, you have to lock your guns up when you have little kids. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. So he said David said he didn't see what happened afterward. He gave the father an out because he felt bad because the father was like really like he was worried. He could just read that the parents were like good parents.
Right. The cops are going to handle it.
The
parents are going to handle it. There's no need to arrest these stupid kids. But now if the parents had handled it poorly, then that situation might have gone another way.
Yes. And it's like, man, oh man! But I said, I can't believe it. And it kept it would like bother me for a couple of days. Even talking about it now, it's like I kept thinking, it's like that kid's going to get killed.
Yeah,
there's a really good chance that kid's going to get killed.
I mean, if that's hopefully he'll straighten himself out and he'll be.
I don't even think we're allowed to say that word anymore, are we?
No, you have to say unalived.
Yeah, so I can't do that.
I just did.
They're not going to demonetize. They're not going to demonetize us, are they? We don't. What's half a zero?
That's what we're making.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we cut that in half. We split it.
We do. We have to split it 3 ways.
That's right. One for the man.
It's difficult. How do you pay taxes on that? One thing I learned, pay your taxes. That's what I learned. So if I have to pay extra for that, I will.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.
And we're back. Do we have something happier to kind of wrap up this phone call with here today?
I don't know if this is really happier, but it's a little bit happier than the last story.
Oh, okay, good.
I found a poll. This is it's a 2024
poll.
I
don't believe polls.
Of the U.S. cities with the rudest residents.
So the rudest U.S. cities.
Yes, the rudest U.S. cities.
You can't go positive on this and say the nicest cities like Minneapolis.
Well, there would be every other city but these.
All right, so you're saying where people are the biggest dicks in America. What's the... I mean,
yes,
obviously...
Believe it or not, you're actually in it.
Sarasota is not... everybody's nice here.
Oh, technically, okay, that's right. You are in Sarasota. I thought you were in Tampa now.
No.
Tampa's number 3.
Really? Tampa?
Yes.
I don't know if that's... I don't know if I believe this poll.
I'm going to give you I got the top 10 here.
There are a lot of people from New York and New Jersey and Tampa, though, so maybe.
And even though that Baton Rouge and New Orleans has the, I think, 5th and 6th highest crime rate in the United States of America.
At least they're polite about it.
They're very polite about it.
Not on the list, huh? No. All right, hold on. Let me think. So rude cities. I would say, from personal experience, I would say that Oakland, California is a shitty place I would never go to again.
Number 5.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Yep, that one stuck out. I thought that would have been higher. LA's pretty bad. Everybody's fake nice in LA. So does that make them rude? No. So LA's not in there, is it?
Well, does Long Beach count?
Yeah, that's still LA. Yeah.
Okay, Long Beach. Yeah,
Long Beach
that's
is
number 9.
I'll be honest. Long Beach is kind of the hood in LA. You don't want to go down there. Let's see. What else?
Maybe they're not rude. Maybe they're just they don't want you there.
What other rude cities could there be? Philadelphia is fucking rude. Those people are
number
terrible.
2.
Yeah. That's All right, let me think.
They
here.
really are, and I was born there, and that's really a
Yeah,
really
they're the worst. I mean, they have the worst sports fans.
city of brotherly love.
No, that's wrong. They mispronounced. City of Brotherly Shove is what that city is. That place is terrible. Worst sports fans too. Rude. You know what? You know where I hate going? I have to go pick the kids up or something. Usually I'm driving somebody or picking somebody up from a cruise out of Miami, and those people suck. Miami is a third world country.
Number one.
Really?
Yes.
So I've been to at least 3 of the rudest cities in America.
Yes.
So
You might have been to more of these. Number 10,
Number 10. What is it?
North Carolina, Charlotte.
Really? Charlotte?
Yes.
A lot of Yankees live there, so maybe. All right.
You've been to another one too. Number 8,
What?
Vegas.
Yeah, they're all kind of dicks in Vegas. Vegas is like people who are mad about having to have left California.
And we only have a couple of more left here. I don't know if you've been to.
Give me a hint.
Have you been to Graceland?
Memphis?
Yeah, number 7.
Yeah, I believe that. Memphis is terrifying.
Yes.
Yeah, I watch those Highway Patrol chase channels on the internet, and the ones out of West Memphis over there in Arkansas. Ooh, man.
And one I would have thought ranked way higher than this because they're even proud of it because they consider themselves massholes.
Oh, Boston.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was going to be on the list.
But they're only at number 6.
So they're lower than Philadelphia?
Yes.
That is surprising to me.
And what is number 4? I don't think you'll get this one.
Number 4. Is it a West Coast, Midwest, or East Coast?
I would say Mid-South.
Mid-South.
No, well, maybe Midway. Mid country, but I don't know if that's considered Mid-South or not.
It's not Dallas. Everybody's always nice in Dallas.
No, Texas is not. Nobody in Texas.
No, Houston.
Texas
Houston's
cities at all.
terrible. I wouldn't want to go to Houston.
I know. I thought so too, but they
yeah.
don't say that.
It's not Chicago, is it? Chicago's nice.
That's because they say "bless your heart" a lot.
Yeah, they do that. They do that everywhere in the South, though.
Okay, let me see. It's,
Mid-South, Oklahoma City.
Think of Slugger.
Slugger?
Yes.
What the hell is that? Louisville.
Yes.
What? Louisville, Kentucky. What number is that?
Number 4.
No way. Now, there's a city
Yeah.
I've never been to.
1 is Miami.
Huh.
2 is Philly. 3 is Tampa. 4 is Louisville. 5 is Oakland. 6 Boston. 7 Memphis. 8 Las Vegas. 9 Long Beach. 10 Charlotte.
I've been to most of those places.
Honorary mentions. You've been to number 12.
What?
Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, Jackson. And you know what? My daughter and I went to Jacksonville last year for the Van Gogh exhibit, and we stayed in a nice hotel downtown. And the traffic wasn't too bad. It was in the middle of winter. It was in January, so it was cold, and I found Jacksonville to be fine. But I don't know. That's my limited Jacksonville experience. It was fine.
What do you think number 11 is? Now, this will be Southwest.
Number 11, Albuquerque, New Mexico. A bunch of poor people there.
Bam.
Really?
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to Albuquerque too.
Have you been there?
That place is sketchy, man. You don't want to go there.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
It's got such cool pictures, but I think that's all
No,
outside the city,
that's,
right? Where
yeah,
there's like pieces of rocks that are real pretty colors.
That's
are.
up in Santa Fe. That's where that's where all the rich people live, up in Santa Fe. You've seen Breaking Bad, right? That's all in Albuquerque, and
Oh gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Albuquerque's not great.
You know, when I was going to take that ski trip, we were going to come back through New Mexico. We were going to stay in Albuquerque and drive to Santa Fe. It would have been better to do the other.
Yeah, stay in Santa Fe. I
No wonder
stayed
the Albuquerque hotels were so cheap.
Yeah, you're gonna get killed there. I stayed at a at a bed and breakfast up near Taos in this little town right on the Rio Grande River, and it was like 15 degrees at night, but it was like 60 during the day because we were up high. And
Right.
It's beautiful out there. You get away from the city and out into the country. I don't know, man. I could live out there. It's really the Mexican food is phenomenal.
I was wondering because
Oh.
I didn't really care for Southern California Mexican food. It's definitely different.
Yes, Texas still has the best Mexican food though. Tex-Mex.
Texas does. Texas really does. I eat. I've learned to like that better than the food from Immokalee, which used to be my favorite.
What do you got? Food trucks in Immokalee? What's out there?
No, no, that's where all the Mexicans are. So there's a lot of
that's
restaurants
right.
there.
Yeah, your ex-wife used to go to those dances all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I don't want to tell him what she's doing out there, but he'll figure it out.
Well,
'Cause she's
I
dancing.
did figure it out 15 years later.
Yeah, she was dancing. She was dancing all right.
Yeah.
Mexican dances. That's what you called them.
Yeah. It's fun. I should have realized the word dance was in it. Where disco was dancing too.
Yeah.
And what was it? It was a gigantic meat market.
It was the Bob Seger song, the horizontal bop.
Yes.
That's the dance that they were dancing. What other rude cities do you have?
That's all I got.
Nothing for Immokalee?
No.
Okay. You're surprised I got Albuquerque, aren't you?
Yes, I
Yeah,
was.
I've been there a couple times. It's
That was funny, man.
great airport.
There's a lot of choices over there.
Yeah, now that one just jumped right out my mind. I was like, what place in the West did I not
That's
like?
so
Albuquerque.
funny. That's so funny. And honestly, we were going to stay in like a embassy suite in downtown Albuquerque for like pennies on a dollar compared to everybody else.
My old general manager moved here from Albuquerque about, I don't know, got to be 15 years ago now. And he told me some stories about Albuquerque. Apparently, Albuquerque, the largest number of manufactured housing outside of West Virginia.
Interesting.
Lots of trailers, lots of trailer parks. Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah. So I guess those people live in trailers are pissed off about it and they're taking it out on everybody else.
Well, they get a little bit testy. I sold them, I know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I wish you'd get Trading Tim on the phone. Trading Tim was our biggest client at the radio station in Macon.
Do you still
And-
talk to him?
No, I haven't talked to him in years. He was, that guy was hilarious.
Is he around anywhere? Or
I don't know.
sure?
Maybe we should search for him on social media and try and get him on the show. I could probably patch my phone into the board here. We can get him on the show and talk to him.
Trading Tim. What is the Divine, right?
Yeah.
Tim Divine?
Yeah.
Was that his real name, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Say it on the podcast. So literally everyone, no one's listening to this. So he's probably safe.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with that guy.
Yeah, he was fun. He was
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, he was.
He was I was talking about him the other day.
Slinging trailers, man.
Talking about that we were our punishment was to go with him once a week to lunch. And it was always for a flow fillet.
Oh, at the Texas Cattle Company.
Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. They were good. That was a great lunch. And
Yeah,
it
it was
was
good
once a
time.
week.
It was good times. And
And it was the right price too.
Tim offered me like $5,000 for my Pearl Jam tickets. And this is back when you and I were making like 20 grand a year.
Okay,
And
it's a
and that
quarter
was
range.
when Pearl Jam was fighting with Ticketmaster. So you
Right.
could not get these tickets. And I had a pair of tickets that I paid for because the record company guy called and said, hey, announce it on your station at 4:00. The tickets go on sale at the Macon Mall for Pearl Jam. And they've only got a limited number of tickets and the tickets are there. So we'll mail them to you. The tickets are there. So I said, I'm going to get my ass down to the Macon Mall and be first in line. And then I'm going to call the afternoon guy from my cell phone, which, my bag phone or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
And just say, hey, go on the radio right now and tell everybody come to the Macon Mall for Pearl Jam tickets. That way, I already bought my Pearl Jam tickets for anybody else who knew about them. And I'm dying to go to this show. And Tim can't get tickets, just can't find him anywhere. And he knew that I had tickets, and he said, look, I really want to take my wife to this show. And I'm like, I'm trying to get you tickets, Tim. I'm making calls and I can't find any. He said, well, let me just buy yours. I'm like, no, I really want to go. My girlfriend wants to go. We really need to go to this show. I'm sorry, Tim, I'll find you tickets though. And he said, I'll give you $5,000 for them. And I was like, oh, it's like literally after taxes, that's about a third of my yearly income.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh, God, no.
I waited for that show. I didn't see them until the mid '90s.
Oh,
I saw them in Memphis actually
I
at
went.
that old pyramid,
yeah, that's
and it was them and the
that
who was
pyramid's
the other
abandoned
band?
now, isn't it?
No, it's actually a believe it
Oh,
or
it's a
not,
Bass
it's one
Pro
of the
Shops.
Bass Pro
That's
Shop.
right.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yes, it's
Carbella's or whatever it's called now.
Yeah,
it's like
Cabela's.
Bass Pro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
it was them and somebody else pretty big. Maybe it was Creed and Pearl Jam, and it wasn't the Screaming Trees, but it was something like that.
Papa Roach or something.
No, it was like a 3-piece band. It was Papa Roach. This was before Papa Roach. This was still grungy time.
I'm
like
dying.
it was. I forgot who that was. I
need
can
my-
see them. It's 3
need my-
pieces. And there's a girl in the band and a guy and a drummer. It's like 3-piece band.
The White
and
Stripes.
very punky.
No, it wasn't
No.
the White Stripes.
I can't remember.
Blink 182. No.
No. It was a surprise because they were actually pretty good.
The Pixies.
And I think we used to play like one of their songs.
The Pixies.
I wish it was the Pixies.
Oh, that is a band that I have never seen, and it hurts me.
They played here at the
Jazz Fest.
Hard Rock.
I know. Yeah.
And you know how much I had to pay for those tickets if I wanted to go?
$300.
No. Well, close. Almost $100 each.
Yeah, that's
To stand up.
Pay it.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah.
It's not the original band anymore. It's the girl's not in it anymore.
No, Kim Dilson hasn't been in that band for a long time, but
I
still,
know.
Frank Black's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Or Black
They
Francis.
were so interesting.
Yeah, they still are. I love the Pixies.
It's one of my favorite alternative bands.
Yeah. Let's end this podcast so I can go take my medicine and squirt that.
All right.
My throat's still a little scratchy.
All right. I should have a pretty good story coming up maybe next time because I'm making a trip to Florida, to Naples.
Oh, well, you're going to have to yell at me when you're here. Well, I'll drive down. I'll give you my COVID. What?
That's exactly what I'm hoping for.
That's how you get rid of COVID. You got to give it to somebody. They didn't mention that when they were handing out the shot to you, did they?
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
They just told me get in line and take this sugar and be quiet.
Get in line. A man named Jim Crow wants to talk to you. If you don't know who that is, Google it. You'll be surprised. A lot of people don't know who that is. Still.
No.
No.
He had a lot of good ideas
Yeah.
for him.
I am less than 2 hours away from Naples now, so you will have to call me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarasota is a
Yeah,
lot
I'm going to go down and
closer
see
than,
my kid and my grandkids. So
All right.
for a couple of days.
Cool.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah, and you stay dry. Maybe we'll have a hurricane here the next time we talk. There's one in the works. Mike's weather page is telling me to worry.
That's what I'm a little bit worried about because that's when I'm going to be down there.
Ooh, well,
And I'm going to try to sneak in and get out before it gets close.
I know where all the good hurricane parties are. You are invited.
Bye, Erica.
Bye.
Erica and Mark. The phone call.